What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day, bringing you another sweet cold steel product. Hoo-wee. So this, my friends, is the Fin Wolf, and I love it. I have all the stats over here. Let me try to get them down. All right, let's see. We got a weight of 3.4 ounces. It's nice and light. It's 3 millimeters thick. It's nice and fat all the way to the tip. Look at that. That zero ground edge is gorgeous. You have a blade length of 3.5 inches. You have a handle of 4 3/8 inches, and it is Grivex. This one's OD green. I think they all come OD green, actually. And the steel is Japanese AUS 8, which is very nice. And it is 7 7/8 overall. So what do we have here? We have a shallow pocket clip that is ambidextrous. You can see that it's point up. You have these cool little grooves right here where the thumb studs are, which really helps out with the ease of getting your thumb in there. I just can't get over this perfect grind. It is just so nice. This right here is an absolute bushcraft. And I'm not talking about 1970s porn star, bushcrafting where you're making some strips out of that eventually. I'm talking about bushcraft. Get down, feather sticking, take down some wood, do what you have to survive type thing. It does have a 90-degree spine, so throwing a spark should be no problem. I haven't tried it yet. The triad lock, obviously, it's the strongest lock in lock blade family lore anywhere, no matter what you get. You do have your tensioner screw right here. Trying to think of what I could say about it that it doesn't self-present. It's a really, really nice knife. It comes super, super freaking sharp. Let's see. I don't know what this is, so let's use it. So look at this. Look at this. It is super, super sharp. Let's do a little shave in action here. And when I say super sharp, I mean I could shave a whole body in seconds. This thing is super freaking sharp. And even just grinding my thumb across the edge to get the hair off, like I can feel the edge want to just bite through my skin. It is so well done and so fine. This is one of the better edges you're gonna find on a stock knife right here. This thing is awesome, and it even has a cool name. It's Fin Wolf. But what we're gonna do? Oh, it does have a lanyard hole. I didn't even really notice that. But what we're going to do is we're going to take it outside. I haven't used it yet. I haven't given any testing or like pre-test testing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside and we're going to see what we can't get going with this little beast right here. So let's go play with some wood. All right, so here we are. We have some wood. So what I want to do is just a couple of downward throws. I'm going to miss one. I just want to see how well it's going to stay held up. I'm used to standing up and throwing it down. Letting it go late is not helping. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to stand up. There we go. There we go. Trying to do that from a seated position was not helping. So, oh, man. Let's see. Any wiggling? Any wobbling? Nope. Lock works. Yep. Let's test the spine. The lock, I mean. And remember, this knife is crazy sharp. I wouldn't suggest you try that with other knives, but I just happen to know that this knife, it's just not going to close on me. Not with the triad lock. Just not going to happen. Look at this. Look at this. Chop, 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 chop. All right, so we've got a little nylon cordage that I'm standing on. We're going to try a straight push cut. Oh, my gosh. That was as easy as you will ever push through a nylon rope with a freaking knife. So, let's see here. Let's see here. Woo! Man, I didn't try to dig in, and I dug in. Like, I took chunks out of that. I was thinking about doing the old cucumber salad, nice and light, but I pushed like normal, what I'd push normally with a knife, and it just cruised right through. So yes, I can do the fine work, but holy mackerel, it does want to dig. So let's see. If it wants to dig, let's let it dig. Oh my goodness. Let's make it work. Make it rain. Oop, I just lost that one. Let's see. Let's see. Woo! Holy crap. You're talking about getting a bushcraft knife. You want a bushcraft folder? Guys, I honestly can say that I would, I'm just getting started with this thing, but I would say that this is probably one of the best or the best bushcraft folder I've ever held. This thing is just nice. It is so nice. Let's see here. Let's take all that down. Oh my God, it is butter smooth. Butter smooth. I can't believe it's not butter. Thanks, Fabio. It is a working bushcraft tool. This is not a knife. It is a tool. Better than a knife. Better than a knife. Whoo-wee. Man. So, you got to make arrows. You got to make pit spikes. You got to make darts. You got to, tent spikes. Anything. This guy right here is a job getter doner. This thing is flawless, and it is so easy. Easy. Let's do some notches here. We'll go first with like a little wedge notch right there. We'll try to turn that into a square notch real quick. Man, I cannot get over how sharp this knife is and how easy it is to use. It is just so easy. So we got a nice little square notch right there, my Lincoln log notch. Very easily done. So now what I want to do is do that around the knife, and I'll show you why. And so basically we did it, we did that little wedge notch, and then we turned it into a square notch. And now basically what I'm doing is I'm making another square notch. I know, guys. You're like, well, why? What are you doing, man? Well, let me show you. Everybody. Just chill out. So now I basically have 2 square notches. I'm going to continue it. And I'm going to make a 3rd square notch. And I'll tell you what. This is easy. This knife makes living easy when it comes to bushcraft. Woo-wee. Easy. Guys, this is making very short and simple work of my notch here. And I am just blown away with the effortless ease of work that this thing is giving me. So here we have it. We have a square, and when it comes down to building things, if I did that a couple more times, I could build up and down and all around by doing just that right there. That is so simple. So simple. So now we're going to do like a push cut, and you're going to kind of arch the push cut, so you're making a round notch, right? Instead of making a square notch or just an angled notch, now you have a round notch. What that's good for is round fits into round, right? So all these little bushcrafty things, like if you study up on bushcraft and really learn it, you're going to find that there's tons of little tricks you can do with a knife to make pieces of wood fit into other pieces of wood. And it's not going to work if you don't have a really good knife. The Cold Steel Thin Wolf so far is really good. All right, so this is what I want to do. Check this out. We're going to put the knife right on top of this stick here. Get it set real nice. And now generally you don't want to hammer on the pommel of a folding knife too much. It's just not smart. But if you go light and you come down on it, what's going to happen is you just learned how to split a log, right? Look how that went all the way through. Light work. And did I destroy the handle? No. Nothing went with it. So now what I do is I take that out. Let's check it. Any wobbling, any wiggling? Nope. So now I take it out, and what I do is I find that line that I just made, and I keep going down just a little bit further. I put my knife in there again, and do that little hit again. And now you can see that it's splitting even more. So if you need to split wood and you need good even pieces, using that method, I could go through and do the whole thing, or I could just break it like that. But now I have split wood. What is that good for? It's good for kindling. It's good for building different things where you need angles and whatnot. But so let's take this and square this off right here. And can we do it? Of course we can, because it's a proper bushcraft knife. Now what does that do? It gives me an end to sit down. And I'm going to start way at the top here, and I know I'm just out of frame, but I'll be back. So now I need to make kindling, small pieces, things like that. Easy freaking money. Why? Because I have the right tool for the job. Let's just shave some of this out here. Shave some of that. So now what I want to do is I want to make another notch, but I want to go against the grain like this, right? Check this out. Check this out. So now what I'm doing is I'm making kind of a hook. So I would thin this out, but imagine I already thinned it out so you don't have to watch it. What I would do is I would do that, and I would make this into a point all the way this way. I'll give it a little bit. I'll give it a little bit since we're all here anyway and you guys are watching. And if I need to spear something like a fish, I want to make this really thin around that hook, right? And so what's going to happen is I'm going to make that hook even more kind of hooky. And I tell you, you need a good knife to do this kind of thing with. But you see that right there. So now if this is a longer stick, what I would do is use that to come down on a fish. That hook is going to help me gather up whatever I'm grabbing. It's going to help me bring it back. And I have myself a fish dinner. So let's see. Man, I am digging this fin wolf. I mean, it is great. Just want to shout out to my man Jason Herrick. We went out knife shopping, picked out a few blades for him, and he grabbed me my fin wolf, and I do appreciate that. But just an awesome bushcraft knife. Let's see here. There we go. Splitting the wood. So now what I do is I dig the knife tip in there, and then I pull back. So I can just jam that in there, wiggle it down, and then pull back. And just like if I didn't have a baton, just like that, I can split the wood same way. Really, really easy. Camping done right. This is the kind of tool right here that makes camp life just simple. It just makes it simple. This knife is really fantastic. This is a fantastic bushcraft knife. Man, I don't know what else we could really do. I just wanted to show you a few bushcraft things because I plan on taking this knife out tomorrow with me. And I figure, before I get it out and start rubbing through, I want to put a video out just to show you guys the fin wolf and It is one really, really nice folding bushcraft knife. Normally, if I'm using a bushcraft type blade, it's going to be a fixed blade because, you know, you can't bang around a lot on many lockbacks. However, if it's made by Cold Steel and it has a triad lock, then you can pretty much do anything you want to it. This thing is awesome. It is just awesome. Cold Steel does it right. I have so many Cold Steel products that I went through. 0 of them that I've had an issue with. 0 that I had trouble getting going. They just always seem to work for me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to re-feather some stick. We're going to go inside to the fireplace and we are going to light a fire. And hopefully some of these will catch because they're really wet. They're really wet. This one's pretty green. But we'll see. We'll see what we can get. And the thing with feather sticking and leaving it on a stick is you can direct your fire. So if I can get my feathers lit, then I can take this and move it to where I want to light. So I'm not stuck, you know, lighting or feather sticking and then lighting it where I need the fire to be. If it's going to be an awkward position for me to get my hands in there and light, then I'm kind of screwed. So with having a handle, it just makes that kind of thing so much easier. And it would be easier to bring this thing in with feathers if I didn't keep cutting them off, but this knife is so fine, I'm just going right through. All right, so I've got a bunch of feathers. Let's go inside and see if we can't get a nice little mini fire going. Get this stuff right. All right, hold on. All right, so I've got my tinder collected here, and we are going to try and get this thing lit. I got my Finn Wolf and I have my ferro rod. Let's see. Let's see here. All right. Get that lit up. And so now what I can do is I have a little bit of bundle of stuff right there to light on fire. And so now I can take it, I can put it in there, and I got some paper in there and some sticks. And just like that, guys, I have a fire going, nice and easy, no hassle. This knife really does the trick. Man, just too easy. Just too easy. So, where I put it? I put it right here. What do we have here? We have the Cold Steel Finn Wolf. And I have to say, I am an immediate fan of this blade right here. This thing is a bushcrafting master blade. You can suck at bushcrafting skills, at knowing how to shave a stick. This thing will just do it for you. I think there's a button on here, you can just program it. Bushcraft, boop, 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 and it'll just go. You don't even have to barely hold it. It is that good. This knife is fantastic. Fantastic. Cold Steel does it again. They make another great knife. This is something that I'm going to end up using a lot. I've wanted it for a little while, and I put it off, and finally it just happened to work out, and I was able to get one through a buddy, and I am extremely happy. This is going to be a staple lockback to come with me camping. This is a great bushcraft knife, and it's attractive. I mean, not like Bugs Bunny when he went and drag attractive, because that was kind of hot, but I'm talking just a pretty knife. It is an attractive blade. It's even, you know, a knife's nice looking even when it's nice looking closed. It's just a good looking knife. So that's it. That's my Finn Wolf. I like it. I plan on using it. The thing is awesome. I'm Donnie B all day, and until next knife.